Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know. To avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose, you are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me. You have to be burning with an idea or a problem or a wrong that you want to right. If you're not passionate enough from the start, you'll never stick it out. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. But it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. If you live each day as it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. Stay hungry, stay foolish. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And, like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I love what I did. Details matter. It's worth waiting to get it right. I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no, for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. People think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on, but that's not what it means at all. It means saying no to the 100 other good ideas that there are. You have to pick carefully. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done. Innovation. Why join the Navy if you can be a pirate? The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. I've been rejected, but I am still in love. Creativity is just connecting things. Focusing is about saying no. The journey is the reward. The journey is the reward. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Don't settle. I would trade all of my technology for an afternoon with Socrates. Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. My model for business is the Beatles. They were for guys who kept each other kind of negative tendencies in check. They balanced each other, and the total was greater than the sum of the parts. That's how I see business. Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team. Things don't have to change the world to be important. Death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. When you're doing something for yourself or your best friend or family, you're not going to cheese out. If you don't love something, you're not going to go the extra mile, work the extra weekend, challenge the status quo as much. It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. My job is not to be easy on people. My job is to take these great people we have and to push them and make them even better. If you live each day as if it were your last, someday you'll be right. Your thoughts construct patterns like scaffolding in your mind. You are really etching chemical patterns. In most cases, people get stuck in those patterns just like grooves in a record, and they never get out of them. Creativity is just connecting things. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a little guilty because they didn't really do it. They just saw something. It seemed obvious to them after a while.